Unity of the Huachucas presents Reverend Rob Wheeler.
Not I, but the Father.
We apologize for the low audio clarity in this video. We have moved. We are now located at 401 East Wilcox Drive in Sierra Vista. We are working diligently to get everything set up and running. Come visit us at our new location.
One of the very first things I discovered is in preparation, you just do this. I am a voice through which God expresses when I allow it to happen. So it's not my voice, but the Father within speaks through me. Have you ever wondered how 5,000 people from varying cultures and backgrounds, various languaging skills, or lack thereof, gathered on the side of a mountain and heard a man, and heard every word? How did that happen? Because the man spoke not from I am, but from within. Spoke heart to heart. He practiced that a lot, so that by his very presence, the goodness of the Father flowed through him and into his immediate environment. When they touched him, they were healed. When they asked, God answered. And my lesson was delivered before I ever got here this morning for Mother's Day. But I'm not going to add to it. The metaphysical meaning of motherhood. See, there's more to that which what we see. It is that nourishing element of divine mind, in which spiritual ideas and ideals are brought to fruition. It is that spiritual growth set into activity. And for most of us in this community, it began a long time ago and carried over generation into generation. Next to the prayer for protection, the prayer of faith is the most often quoted in unity communities. It was first published in 1914 and later in 1923. It is a song in your songbook, which we no longer use, but it's a really good one. And it begins to set a pattern and activity of spirit. It begins, God is my help in every need. God does my every hunger feed. God walks beside me and guides my way through every moment of this day. I now am wise, I now am true, patient, kind, and loving too. All things I am, can do, and be through Christ the truth that is in me. God is my health, I cannot be sick. God is my strength, unfailing quick. God is my all, I know no fear, since God and love and truth are here. Now, I was raised with that one from there. My great-grandmother, Agnes Eliza Wetmore Reese, expanded it to our family so that every time you left her house, you got this. God's wisdom guides you. God's love surrounds you. Nothing but good can come to you, for you are a child of God. My mother used to tell a story when we had lived in a multi-generational household. My great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mother lived together, and then later my brother and I were also in that mix. And if my Nana, my great-grandmother, was ever upset with you about something as you left, you didn't get that at the top stair. But she never let you hit the bottom stair. You knew you were in Dutch when you didn't hear it. That continued on. In my family, I'm blessed. Every day I was in country. My grandmother prayed with me the prayer for protection every day. Distance didn't mean anything, because wherever I am, God is. So when we ask in our prayer circles, and you'll hear the language, and it's love, and I give it to you for what it's worth. I don't pray for you, ever. But I'll pray with you to the ends of the earth. And I pray with those who ask for prayer, because it works through us. We open the channel through it to allow it to come through fruition within. And Jesus worked by staying in touch with God from within, pressing out. And it's interesting, he tells us in the book of John how it works. What fascinated me is in our study of metaphysics, we look at layers, layer upon layer upon layer. When Jesus spoke these particular words, according to Scripture, he was speaking to Philip. Philip represents power. So speaking to power, root of the tongue in you and I, he says these words. Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? Question mark. He's talking to somebody who's been hanging out with him for months. Philip, believe. I am in the Father, and the Father in me. The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me. God not out there, God here. Right now, here. Through you. And a few verses later, he delivered what I think is one of the most powerful words of encouragement and faith for you and I, that goes like this. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also. And then the work begins. And greater works than these shall he do. And then he says, because I go to my Father. What a great legacy. And you and I have the opportunity, when we choose to participate. when we add all the things up we've been talking about, I'm thinking about some of the things that Reverend Gale passed along to us, that other speakers you have heard, that I've heard with you, shared with us. When we put those things to work, we change our world. And then on behalf of those of us, he said, raising his hand, who have 0 or less patience, it may take a while. It may take a while. Okay, I'm ready. Every day, can I look past this and see God the Father at work? Some days pretty hard. Some days pretty hard. And then I take a walk. And I remember what I was taught. I had a great teacher. Do you know that Jesus never said any lesson, delivered any lesson, practiced any miracle before one thing happened first? Anybody remember what he did? He went apart and prayed. And every time, you got to catch it. It doesn't jump off the page at you. But every time, he went apart and prayed. And in most cases, at the end of whatever lesson he was delivering at the day, he went apart again and prayed. And the Bible tells stories again and again, and he went unto the mountain. And literally all that means is not the physical mountain. It means moving to a higher state of consciousness to pray. But I don't need to go anywhere. I have that right here. We practice the silence. And I can remember as a young man, and sometimes to this day, saying, wait a minute, I have yet to hear the silence. Well, you're not supposed to hear it, dipstick. You're supposed to feel it. I'm like, what? How do you feel silence? I said, well, let's practice. Where, first of all, where does the silence reside within you? Well, I can tell you what Charles Fillmore said, and I have to agree. He said, for him, the silence, the secret place of the Most High, the sacred place of the Most High, resided right behind his heart. John, love. Oh, so there's a connection. The sacred place of the Most High, the silence, right inside of me, in the center of me. And then he suggested, as part of our teaching, that we pray, and then as the song said, listen. I discovered for me that half the challenge is I'm so busy doing this. Forget to do this. Good Lord gave me 2 ears and 1 mouth to be used in proportion. I need to listen. And in the stillness, what am I listening for? I am not, I will tell you why I'm not. I am not trying to shut out anything. Anybody know why you close your eyes when you pray? Why it's taught? You're going to love it. It's so much fun. To limit distraction. I don't want to be distracted from my life. Most of my prayers are, why? Because you do that when you pray. You do that. Not if I am of you, but what? God with you, working through you, reaching out, showing you strength and empowerment. From this place to our world. I don't know where it's going to stick. And don't need to know. You just need to know that you need to practice. You need to do or work that my mother began as an act to believe in me. By loving me through circumstance. That she learned from the beginning of he created them in his likeness and in a long history. We know there is one God, but this one perfect life, perfect love, perfect intelligence, perfect soul. And we are taught we are, therefore I am, an expression of the one, and one with perfect life, love, intelligence, and soul. I just need to get out of the way and allow it to flow through. I remember a few years ago, many at this point, one of my mentors and teachers stood up on a Sunday like this and said, I have something to share with you. And then continued on with her lesson. Now, I don't know what you saw. I can tell you when I first saw that, what I saw was a light. It was expanded in and through. And I hope the same happened for you. Because the light of God working through me, through you, touching them, reaching out, connecting in a very special way into our world. Every time I think I've got my lesson plan out and set, ready to go, something happens. Doesn't matter. I can never tell what it's going to be. I guess so. Okay, breathe, Bob. I'll just stand there, breathe. What are you hearing? Let that message flow. It's okay if you don't. I believe enough to hold this. It's okay that you're not there yet. Because somebody just said, but wrong. Because I know, because I said many times, but God's but red. Because the message I need to hear that day is coming from the Lord through. I'm thinking of the song that you did today. Absolutely perfect. The daily word, which, if you're not aware, was that word, that whole structure, about 8 months ago, maybe 9 months ago. They worked at the village on that long time before they ever published. And yet, perfect for today. And every day. It's fascinating, isn't it? And we allow that to work through us. Just to open up that. Feel free to take the credit if you want to. Ah, look what I did. But know the truth. Sure. The other thing I had to learn, I had to look at my watch to make sure I'm okay on time, is to do the work without expectation. I know I'm going to get results. I know. But for me, I need to do this and not look at specific expectation of result. A lot of times we word it this way, this or something better. Well, I stop at this or better. Let's do this. God knows what I know because I've been taught, ask, and it shall be answered. Now, if anybody practiced law or been around lawyers a lot, not counting TV, you probably could count TV too. In law, when the word shall is used, there is no option. It's a done deal. It shall be done. It's not a maybe, it's not a this is lock-in. Okay? How we count is we pray, look, pray, look, pray, look, pray, look. Finally, somebody told me a story. I didn't understand why. There was a man walking along the beach. And he was praying. You could feel the presence of God. He just had a wonderful day. He looked around gently in the beautiful sand. And he said, God, it's $1 million due. And this was still small voice said, "'Tis the time. I want." A few months later, he said, God, what is $1 million to you? We heard, I was going to teach what he said. God, give me $1 million. He heard, in a second. Whose time? Whose time? And the key, if you have the opportunity, listen to truth, spend some time. Learn how to communicate. She said in one of her works, it took her a long time in her prayer work to get the results that she thought she should be able to receive. And she finally figured out she would lay a prayer, which sounds weird, but here's how it was. I pray, 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 and I don't wait. And I finally learned this, and I don't, if you sit close to me, sometimes you'll hear me say it out loud, and it will mean you all the time when you do it. She finally said, I finally figured out to do this. When I pray, I say, thank you, Father. I'm grateful going in, grateful going out. And then these 3 words. It is done. Notice the power of the word. It is done. From here out, done. No equivocation, no doubt. Where does that come from? What Jesus taught us. It's done for you right now. take the time as you see something, as you pray, it is done. And then open up. This is something better. With every breath I take, with every smile I make, the love of Christ through me to you, and from you to me, and for that I'm so grateful.